Hello everybody, CRWC, Cedric and CJ here. I'm going to review All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite this past Wednesday. It's going to be slow, but we're going to catch up. Hopefully we can get caught up before Sunday. CJ got a lot to do. She's got to watch CR Pro Road and do the Mavison report and all that. And yeah, being without power, it put a damper on things. But we're going to get into this. Oh, see, I'm starting off right now. Hey, are you awake?
Yes.
Okay, because I heard that. I'm like, man, don't you start this. Don't you start that sleepiness. All right? It's 1:52 a.m. Don't be getting sleepy. So, I think this is the Dynamite that happened on the 17th.
Should be.
So, this opens with the TNT title match. I did take notes. I couldn't help it. It was annoying. I got that big match feeling. This is for the Turner Network Television title. Yeah, see, it sounds bad when you say it out loud. Mm-hmm. Dustin Rhodes versus Christian Cage with Nick Wayne and Kill Switch.
Pathetic.
But I was like, Dustin Rhodes and Christian Cage, these two know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. It's going to be an opening match, even though I felt this should be mid-card or double main event. That's what I was thinking. This company has no secondary belt. Right now, the way it was presented, their secondary belt for All Elite Wrestling is the Ring of Honor TV title.
Yeah.
That's how it was presented. I laid down this Ring of Honor TV title to go after the AEW heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. When it should have been, that's a different company. This has nothing to do with AEW. Mm-hmm. It should have been something like that. Like, that's a Ring of Honor belt. You ain't got to lose it. In any case. So, I figured this match might be good. The champ comes out first, so you got that mistake. And I get why they did it, but you know, overall, I'm gonna say this show is pretty good. Better production, better quality. There are a lot of hiccups that I don't even care to go through. I just want to talk about mostly maybe a few bad things here and there with all these matches, and then mainly some of the good things if I can. I don't know. It's gonna be difficult at points.
We'll see.
Huh?
We'll see.
So, champ comes out first. There's probably the crowd is solidly behind Dustin. So Christian Cage, he has built up his heel heat properly, and they hate him. They hate him. They locked up. They locked up. Collar elbow tie up. They locked up. It was a struggle. And I wrote, they locked up, and the fans seem to not see it or know what it means as they chant Christian sucks and let's go Dustin. They didn't. It seemed like they didn't even know what the lockup was. Taz had to tell the people at home the importance of a lockup. You know how it can cater to which wrestler is stronger. At least in that, it can also help lead to advantages early on. Usually a side headlock or an arm drag, and it's like, okay. Sometimes the first one to do that can come out looking like the weaker one. It all depends on how they want this match to look. This is what the wrestlers are going to do. In any case, then something simple but epic happened. Christian Cage went for a lockup, but then toe kicked Dustin, who sold it well, and gained a lot of boos. They were upset. Mm-hmm. That. Simple that. Lockup, nope, toe kick. Boo. Perfect. Chef's kiss on that. Mm-hmm. But overall, this was a classic match between the two. Dustin didn't even do too much. I'm glad of that. Dustin didn't indie up the match, because he's been doing that of late.
And he didn't bleed.
No bleed. Dustin hit the old school misdirection bulldog for a 2 count. I ain't seen that in so long. It's been a couple of decades. I ain't seen that in so long. That misdirection bulldog. He was doing that when he first broke in. That I saw him in WCW. Cage, so he sold well, kept good pace with Rhodes while being underhanded at key points. They did really well with that. They both listened to the crowd and pulled out moderately big moves when they needed to. On those little lulls, they would do something. Dusty, he pulled out the Yoshi Tonic. He did that really well. Christian just being dastardly, just at the right spots. That it was really good. Cage hit a frog splash, and when the ref was distracted, taking way too long to get the belt outside of the ring, Rhodes got the inside cradle, and then like a heel should, Nick Wayne, he came in and rolled him over, so Cage could be on top. Perfect heel stuff, and the crowd didn't even seem to care. They didn't even seem to care. And this really touches on what Zimmo was saying last time about how the audience they don't know what this stuff is. They just don't know. But with that rollover, though, the count happened. Cage, he only got a 2 count for that effort. Dustin hit the crossroads for a near fall, and the fans was chanting, that was 3. It was so close.
It was very close.
It was so close, but it wasn't 3. But oh my goodness, I could honestly tell you that Ric Flair hasn't been any closer or further away than that. That was a spot on, damn near 3 count. As someone said, you can only slide a sheet of paper up under that hand. Dustin hit the Destroyer on Wayne on the outside because, you got to get some clap back on that. Distracted, Cage hit the spear and Dustin gets up. Cage hit the kill switch. The fans sounded doomed. It just, spear. Fans was kind of like, then he got him up, turned him over, Tamikaze. Crowd just, oh man. And then, because this proved that they were invested. But it also proved that they just didn't know what they was watching. They don't know how to respond to wrestling. The psychology of what's happening in the ring. Rhodes kicked out and the fans came up. Cage grabbed him, started shouting something at him. He hit what Sockface was calling the kill switch. He hit that and then got the pin. Fans were not happy. But at least it was not happy instead of kind of that silent groaning. So it's better. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a classic match.
It was a good match to a point because it seemed like you were watching 2 cars racing, and they're neck and neck, and then suddenly Dustin just takes his foot off the gas. It was visible.
Yes. You know what? I mean, look, yes. Damn, that was good. That was a good analogy right there. And a lot of matches back in the day, that's how it was. You can go back and watch it. Any promotion. It's going back and forth. It's going good, and then somebody just says, "You know what? I'm not gonna hit the brakes, but I'm taking my foot off the gas."
Like when he caught the last kill switch and he got pinned, you can look at him. He was just laying there.
Yep. He won't sell in the move or anything. He just, I'm just gonna lay here for a little bit.
Yeah, and got pinned. Yeah.
So something egregious happens later on. For those that didn't see. And for those that did see, that you probably know what I'm talking about. But right now we're going to get to Swerve. He cut a great promo.
Yeah.
When asked about Adam Page, he cited Adam Page. He cited him as so great that if God came down from the clouds and challenged him, that Page just might stand a chance. But Page doesn't stand a chance with me. I was like, oh, that's epic.
Because he beat him twice already.
Yep. Page going to get his win back. Then they cut to Jericho backstage and they cut the fans down really low.
They were booing.
Matt Sydal comes in and says that Jericho has to get his mojo back and the best way is to try to have a match with him. And I mean,
it was so random.
Yeah.
But it was
and
just
like,
so
and
random.
I have a win over you. And I'm like, Sydal looked like some hobo off the street. I'm like, man, tighten up your beard. Put on, something. Wear some wrestling gear or something. Look like you should be a wrestler, not who let this dude back here. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I like how Jericho, pulled out the you look like the reborn, but okay, that was cute. But now we get to a trios match. Orange Cassidy, no, it wasn't trios, it was a tag match. I thought it was because how they weren't talking about it. These people started coming out. But it's a tag match. Orange Cassidy and Trent Beretta with Chuck Taylor, who's hurt, versus Commander and Penta of No Fear with Rey Fenix, who is hurt. So
they wrestled.
Yeah. We skipped. Trent picks up the win using the Dude Buster hold on Commander. After the match, Undisputed Kingdom comes to the ring led by Roderick Strong. Roderick wants the title shot and claims that Orange is ducking him. Orange says, all right, we can do it right here, right now. And he started getting prepared. And he's like, no, we don't going to do it here. We're going to do it at a pay-per-view. It's going to cost money. I want you to think about it. I want you to know that you're going to lose it. Yeah, I'm sitting here like, all right. Okay. And then Cedra was like, let me tell you something. And I'm like, uh-oh. And here you go. You want to hear it? Here you go. Speak, woman. What's taking so long? Wait a minute. Look, I need that bottle.
Our next door neighbor, she's 9.
I thought she was 10.
Not yet.
At some point this year, she'll be 10, I guess.
I told you when it was going to be.
Yeah. It'll happen when it happens. People get older. Can't stop it. Stop throwing stuff at me.
If she had given this promo, it would not have been any more intimidating with what Roderick Strong does. He's got no bass in his voice. It just average, and I want you to take off your sunglasses and look at me. I want you to think about maybe you don't have anything left in the tank. Maybe it's like, have you been looking at the same show that the rest of us have been looking at? Somebody walks up, man, I carry a national belt. Oh, I get it. All right, we'll do it at Rampage. That's the way it's been since this dude won the belt and re-won the belt. He ain't got no bones about wrestling nobody. He don't make no grand, long oration. So what is the point of, I want you to think about it for the next 6 weeks? No. The only one thinking about it is you. Thinking about how you're going to talk and sound terrible. He's fortunate that he can wrestle as good as he can. Because he don't look intimidating, he don't sound intimidating, and these promo skills suck. And flanked by Tweedledee and Tweedledum, it's not working.
What this does is undermine any future international title shots that anyone get with Orange Cassidy, because this match has been made for Revolution. So in between then, if someone gets a title shot, they're gonna lose. They
do it all the time.
Yep.
He'll defend it once a week until the pay-per-view.
And that's just so dumb.
And it was just stupid. And the crowd is shouting him down, even breaking down to the Steve Austin what thing.
And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking to the crowd, grow up.
But you know what? I understand, because everything that he was saying had no teeth. It was so meaningless. It was a waste of time than even coming down to the ring. That's how pointless and inconsequential Roderick Strong is. He's been made look like a fucking joke, a clown dickhead for 6 months. And now somebody's supposed to be afraid? Really? You've been wheeling around here with a neck brace and a wheelchair screaming people's names, and now we're supposed to be afraid of you that you're capable of standing upright? Please.
I get it. But you know what? This is what I want wrestlers to do. Since this is fan driven, do it. You go out there and start talking, the fans start telling you to shut up. You know what? Shut up and leave. Just kill that promo. Just leave. Just leave. And then have the babyface stuck in there be like, well, thanks guys. I got no one to talk to. Where was this going? And then leave and let the fans look stupid themselves.
They're not gonna care.
Be like, and then look, here's the other one. To the fans, you ever tell wrestlers to shut up and they actually do? No, they don't. And I'm like that Roderick yelled back, no, you shut up. That's what I like. He should have really ragged on the fans. That's what he should have done. You want to be a heel, right? You want to be the most epic heel in AEW? You really want to? It don't take much. All you got to do is talk trash on the flippy floppy style. All you got to do is talk trash on the, hey everyone, we're going to do a match. It's going to be 2.9, but that's not happening because it's going to be 3. There will be no 2.9999 like y'all like to do. There was a dude in the crowd that had a big ass 2. That every time a 2 count was done, he held it up because it's an all too telling thing of that's all you're going to get. A bunch of false finishes, and he was prepared. So that, yeah, that's how that went. And that's how that went.
If Roger wants to be an epic heel, all you gotta do is grow his hair out and grow his beard out. And break something.
And say mean things.
And break something.
The indie crowd doesn't know what a heel is. They just know who's socially favorable and unfavorable.
And then he'll be Adam Cole and he'll be a heel.
In the back, Adam Page cut a damn good promo. He did. He sounded serious. He looked serious. And that's all because he grew his facial hair out, darkened his hair, and he looked like a young, small Magnum TA. I was like, whoa, dude.
I mean, it took me a minute to think a while, because I've been thinking for a couple weeks, you don't look like yourself.
I'm like, I'm digging
the same old
this.
moves and the same old talk, but you don't look like yourself.
I was digging it.
We'll see.
Yep. And then comes the most egregious part of the show. This right here. I hated this. They did an anniversary tribute to Jay Briscoe. They had Mark come out, and Mark talks about it, and you can hear I wrote, this was painful. And I was like, this is real painful and I didn't know exactly what to write, because I was like, for me, and I thought anybody with empathy, anybody with sympathy, like, do we really want to go through this again? It was painful the first time. But look. It was unnecessary, as you could hear the pain in Mark's voice. Why do this to him and anyone else? It seems like torture to Mark when you look at it all. And I wrote down these 5 things. I don't know where I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Anyway. So, number 1, brother dies. Nieces nearly joined him. Says the one won't, you'll never walk again, but she does. Okay. We get some glimmer, right? Mark is hurt. You can hear him. Now, what have they done? This the anniversary, right? So let me start over. Mark, okay, Jay Briscoe, he dies. Nieces nearly joined him. Part 2, Mark wrestles with equally grieving peers. This is not the best thing to do, I don't think, anyway. People gonna handle it their own way, but Number 3, Mark gets no push and wins a few matches before not being seen at all. Then he's booked with all of these other people that gives him nothing. Then Mark loses all but 1 match in the Continental Classic. That win came over Jay Lethal. Finally, now the anniversary tribute, still with no push, no matches or wins, and outside of it, no remembrance armbands that I could see of Jay. I didn't see any black armbands with Jay or anything on it. But not too long ago, they did the one for Brody Lee, and they had armbands. So I'm like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Man.
None but hardly any of the folks that he worked with for a long time were on the show either.
And that's the promoters doing right there. This was egregious. Yeah, okay, it's nice to do a tribute and all that, but don't tribute if you're not gonna do anything with it. No, man, do not make me bring this up and talk to the public and bring up all this pain, and I get nothing but misery out of it. Man, I'll be so pissed with Tony Khan. You thought you were scared with CM Punk? No. No. So moving on. In the back, the Young Bucks sit down, and the fans are not having it. They speak about using their given names and then justify being stupid. So then I moved on. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna move on because I can't say what I want to say. Let's go.
What is it like? What? Okay, never mind. So, next is Bullet Club Gold versus the Mogul Embassy. Embassy come out wearing white, and Cedar said, "Y'all wearing white like House of Black. What? Y'all about to lose too?" I wanted to ignore that, but it's hard to block logic. It was a really good match. Mm-hmm. The guns bump like they're made of rubber.
Yes,
they're gonna chill one day because they, good grief, they bump
and flop all over the dang place.
The match got hectic and Nana causing quite a few distractions. The Acclaim come out and distracts Nana, gaining the advantage for Jay White, who hits Blade Runner on Bishop Khan and gets the pinfall win.
Mm-hmm. So now the Bang Bang Gang has the 6-man tag team belts, and then you got the Acclaim that has the trios belts. Now they can get together and be the Bang Bang Acclaim sex party, pink scissoring, whatever the fuck, to go after Roderick and the Kingdom.
So now it'll be 6 at the moment. 6 on 3.
6 on 3. 6 on 3.5. You know, Cole's still around.
Yeah. But then wait until Robinson get back.
Oh yeah. He gonna be down for a minute. He got back surgery.
Damn. Yeah. Damn. Backstage, Adam Cole.
I'm sorry. I gotta go back. Once the Gates of Agony and Brian Cage just got the belts back, maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Okay, and they got jobbed out when they lost them the first time.
Yeah.
The Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, and they got jobbed out on some other show to some other team. Who was it? Kenny Omega and the young Clucks.
Yeah.
Should dust them on any given day, but they get jobbed out to them, and then because I don't know, maybe Tony Khan had this wild idea while he was high to make a big faction out of the Acclaim in the Gun Club. They get jobbed out again. Make sure you put on your Sunday best though. Get jobbed out again to the Gun Club when they should have beat them with no problem whatsoever, just to fulfill this 6-man mega faction bang bang scissor gang fever dream that Tony Khan concocted. It pisses me off.
Yeah, don't blame you.
And even worse, the heads up, or as Coordinate would say, the Iggy that this bullshit was going to go down, is that they challenged the Gun Club. You know, you got the belts. You are the chased. You are not the chasee.
Champions going after people means and challenging, look, and putting the belts on the line, you know, that's the last thing you want. I can see if you're going after them for revenge and then you try to sweeten the pot by using the belt.
Prince Nana had to get in the ring and do some bullshit. Oh, we heard y'all running your mouths in the back, because there was no rhyme or reason to it. The Prince Nana never has to talk. He rarely has to talk about the Gates and Agony and Brian Cage, because when they show up, they do business. You don't have to talk for them. He rarely has to say a word. But then he's gonna, hey, we heard y'all talking shit in the back. So how about next week you fight us for our belts? It made no sense whatsoever. And then later, oh, you want to fight us? You want to fight the Bang Bang Gang? Okay, we'll do it. No reference to any kind of words. They weren't giving a shit about the Gates of Agony and Brian.
Nope. Not even Tony Khan was. So you're the champions. We'll do something with you. Tony Khan don't know what he's doing. He does not know how to put together a wrestling show. He just don't.
He don't know how to put together an outfit, let alone a wrestling show.
him not make it. So backstage, Adam Cole does a short promo saying Wardlow will be the best big man in the company, and after so many wins, there will be nothing left but the AEW title, and then the belt will become the property of the Undisputed Kingdom. Then he checks Wardlow by saying, ain't that right, big man? Look, when you're the leader, you don't need to gain approval.
Nope.
You know, it's like being out there with your friends and you say something and then you be like, yeah, ain't that right? It's like, no, you just showed weakness. You just showed weakness.
But Wardlow should, I'm not going to say what Wardlow should know. Wardlow is the odd man out. He is not Undisputed Kingdom. He's just, holding up the wall.
He's the Booker T of the NWO.
He is just holding up the wall until Adam Cole comes back. Because all these four are bosom buddies from way back, and you're just a meathead that didn't really help get anything done. You didn't help get anything done. You just added a little subterfuge. And It was poor subterfuge at that. I'm going to kill you. You got him in your clutches and you don't kill him. Then what the fuck? It's just, it's poor.
It's like, ain't that right, big man? Wardlow just pauses, smiles a bit, and goes, boom. Now, that has a few layers of meaning, but in the grand scheme of this company, it means nothing. And there could have been a better setup for that. Not a better setup for. So it was a decent kind of build-up promo, but Adam Cole sounded like he was half scared. I'm like, maybe he was in pain, or I don't know, but it's like overall I liked this Dynamite. It just got too many. You could have done better. And then next we get to Toni Storm, who comes out for commentary, and she was a trip.
Yes.
I'll let Cedra handle that after I get done with this. Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay, and Purrazzo wins with a double ringing arm lock. So after the match,
and we knew that because Anna Jay is Anna Jay.
You know what? I'll let you go with the commentary before I get to the post match.
Okay, so Ian Riccaboni was out there on the commentary team for Collision tonight, and he's not normally there. And I don't know why, but Toni Storm was all over him. Oh, you look marvelous, Dawn. You got rid of that silly earring. And after that, she asked him if he'd been working out, and she was force feeding him something there. I don't know, and he was being forced to eat it, and you could see his face. He's looking like
my wife is gonna kill me.
And then they cut to him again, and she's just there rubbing on the back of his head. He is stone faced, like, oh my God, my life is over.
Don't go home.
Don't go home.
Don't go home. It's over.
She was all over this man.
I don't know what you're doing down there with your feet, but do it harder.
Do it harder. Yeah, I forgot that one. Do it harder. Oh my goodness.
It's like, I had Virtuoso once. I'm not going to tell you where I got it from and from who.
Yes. I'm glad you asked. She was wonderful. She was the best thing about the entire match. And then when it was over, of course, Renee Paquette gets in there to talk to the Virtuosa.
That's when Deonna talks to Toni. Said they were like sisters and that they have both changed in their own ways. And then Toni says that she's just a fake over tan hag while climbing on the Luther's shoulders.
She tried to climb into the chair first, but they're office chairs. Office chairs aren't built to be climbed into.
And she was like, man, if she falls.
Because I was seeing it fall, but she was getting her up there all unsteady. Then Luther activated and put her up on his shoulders.
Yep.
And here she goes, my past is no one else's business.
Yep.
Then she finished up with the chin up, tits
out, and watch for the shoe. And the crowd was all with that. Then the shoe was thrown at Deonna, who throws it back, only to evade another one that was thrown. Then Deonna throws that shoe at the scampering Mariah May.
Yeah, Mariah May threw it and then scampered off.
I thought it was pesky and cute. It was picture perfect. Mariah scampering around the ring while Toni talks trash while being carried by Luther
up the ramp
away from ringside.
And Purrazzo, she leaned up against the ring and looked at the camera and said, she's something else.
Yep, like she crazy. So then after that good segment, I'm just not happy with this Purrazzo. I'm just not happy with this version of her. I'm not. she's gained this weight and she should be more of a power wrestler.
Yeah.
She really should. It would look good, but because she's gained the weight, it's like she doesn't know how to handle her body anymore. She don't know how to look like she used to lay stuff in.
Yeah.
She don't anymore.
Maybe she's been instructed otherwise.
Maybe. I don't like when she forearms me. It hurts a little. Be like,
it's gonna hurt a lot if you don't shut the fuck up.
You go. So, next we get Private Party versus Top Flight. Standard indie match with flips all over the place. Private Party, but not so much with the Martins.
Nah, the Martins gonna do a lot of flipping. And this was like
Top Flight not doing so much top flying.
But this was like, what's the dude's name?
What, Quinn?
Yeah, this was like his coming out party because he'd been hurt, and we learned he had a pec injury. Like, oh, okay, that's what at least it wants your neck, or your brain.
Yeah, the pec injury could come from working out or overstraining something you didn't even know that you overstrained.
Mm-hmm. So he was doing his thing. He was flipping and rolling, and they let him get his thing off.
Yep, they hit Gin and Juice. Gin and Juice was hit as smoothly as the Dudley Death Drop, but the pin was evaded by a waist lock. That was countered into an O'Connor roll and illegal rope grab for the leverage to get the pin. Mm-hmm. Still, the fans cheered despite the overt screwed ending. Is there any hope for these people?
And to me, it wasn't overt because it was like he did it. He hit the ropes like, oh, okay, I should be on the ropes, but I'm still off balance. I'm gonna grab the ropes. Okay, whatever works. And he just, it looked like I'm just going with what happened. Not, you know what? I'm gonna grab these ropes. And
yeah, they were close. I get it, but
now they can work with it. I don't know if they will, to heal it up. But that wasn't on purpose. It was just bad ring positioning.
It was, or was it? It's hard, But yeah, when he did the O'Connor roll, I could tell that he was off balance. Like, wow, why are the ropes here? That's how he was moving. Like, why am I here? But okay, maybe they can work with it. Then we get to the main event, which is the AEW title match. So this is Hook versus Samoa Joe. They had good ring introductions. It looked nice.
Yeah, okay. The Dapper Yapper sucks. He doesn't know how to do O sounds.
Yeah, it was weird. And I'm like, and why would you pronounce the O so long?
He pronounced the O in Samoa Joe with
Samoa.
Samoa Joe. Like say, like, no, it was Samoa Joe. What is Joe? It's Joe. It's Joe.
Yep.
He didn't put that many O's in Hook.
No, he didn't.
And it's got 2 O's in it. Sucks, man.
He did Hook's intro real nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it up on that one, okay? So, Hook jumpstarts the match. It's a fight.
Pat, 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 pat. All in the body. Pat, 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 pat. That's what it looked like.
Yep, and they keep a high and impactful pace. On the outside, Joe lands a stiff Sambo slam on the announcer's table.
And it falls apart like they took the screws out of it, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. That's how you gimmick up the announcer's table. But
how do you gimmick it up? And then has ever been gimmicked up and then announcers make it fall apart?
No. That's why if you ever watch when the table is gimmicked up, the announcers ain't sitting. They're not leaning on the table anymore.
I would love to see that.
You technically have.
It just fall apart while they sit there. Oh, I guess we got termites. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The table was gimmicked up. They tried to climb on it and it just broke. You've seen that.
Okay.
Let's see hold up. Lost my place. Okay. I wrote the hit was beyond epic, and the medic checks on Hook during the ring out count that the fans took part in. And they counting 1 because it's fun, and 2, they know it's not going to be a count out.
And Joe struts around the ring while Hook is laying there writhing because you can't comfort your back, and he landed right on his spine. And he was writhing on his back the entire time while Joe circled the ring strutting. He didn't run. He didn't prance. He strutted around the whole thing, and when he got back to Hook, he still laying there bowed up.
I sat there and thought to myself, why don't they just do the fight, and at the end of the fight, smash the announce table? like on the count of 5, Joe gets in the ring. Hook can't make the count, and then he gets stretched out, and he comes back in 3 weeks, and he vows for revenge.
I don't know. Samoa Joe kept shouting at him. Do you understand yet?
You understand yet,
you
kid?
understand yet?
I'm like, man, you about to learn. And so Hook gets in at 9, and he takes a stiff hammer throw into the corner, then a snap power slam for a 2 count. Then Joe hits a Death Valley driver or Spicoli driver or DVD as you wish for a 2 count. Mm-hmm. Joe hits the muscle buster for a near 2 count. Hook makes a comeback with full body lariats and an exploder. Not great on selling and how this should have been, but they didn't have much time. I think Christian Cage took all that time.
He always does, strutting around slow with his assless gait.
Hook goes for red rum or the kata hajime, but Joe's shoulder throws him over and applies the coquina clutch or sleeper choke and scissor lock. The ref does the 3-arm raise check, and Hook fails to answer.
He is limp. He limp like yesterday's noodles.
So post-match, I see Hook getting up. My first thought, they're going to do Jeff Hardy and Undertaker on SmackDown.
Yeah.
I should not have that level of a memory.
That was
But Undertaker power drove him and pinned him, and Hardy getting up. And I'm still standing.
This is American Badass Taker too.
Yep. And Undertaker look at him kind of like, you straight to me, boy? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm still standing. And he goes in there, grabs him, choke slam him. Looks at him like, all right, you're dead. And he leaves. Hardy gets up. I'm still standing. And he's like, man, I'm going to come in there. And then somebody's music playing. Then there's an interruption and stuff. Mm-hmm. So in this, Hook slowly gets to a kneeling position asking, is that all you got, Joe? Is that all you got? Is that all you got? And Joe's like, I don't believe this. He get in the ring, pop, corner, muscle buster, leaves. Hook slowly recovers, and Adam Page comes down and stands between the two. And then as Joe backs up the ramp, Swerve and Prince Nana look up from the fans. Joe leaves. Swerve and Page stare at one another before Swerve exits. Page calls Hook back into the ring, where he raises his hand, prompting his music to play. That was the show.
Yep.
It wasn't a bad show. Not really. But the presentation of Dynamite is grandiose compared to Rampage and Collision. Collision, it looks like they're trying to make it go down in the dumps. It's like Tony Khan trying to get out the contract. I don't know what's going on and why it's going on like this. I'm just going on what I think from what I see. But Hook had a nice showing.
He did.
Making Hook look kind of a badass, but also I thought that it was dumb to get up so soon. You were choked out. You were unconscious. Mm-hmm. The blood flow to your brain had been cut off. You could not answer the ref. You couldn't even try to scoot to the ropes. You were done. You were trapped. You were in the lion's jaw. And now you're going to slowly get up just moments after you've been released. I thought that was piss poor. I thought Joe should have paraded in the ring for a little bit, kicked him over a little bit on his belly or something, messing with him, parade a bit, and then Hook can kind of slowly recover. Joe gets to the outside. Hook sells his neck. Joe, taunts with the belt. He talks to the camera, this is mine. No one's going to take it. Anyone who tries will end up like him. And when he looks at him after saying that, then he can see Hook, and Hook is like, is that all you got? A little cough, holding his throat. Is that it? That's all you can do to me? And then Joe goes back in and get him. That would have been better. Give him time to recover. There was barely any recover time. That's one of my major issues with this match. But it wasn't a waste, so it's all good. It wasn't a full waste. I just think they should have done that better. but they had to crunch it. They was short on time. So that's gonna do it for us.
Yep.
You know, so this has been Centric Procedure for CR Wrestling Commentary, All Elite Wrestling's Dynamite. So y'all be good, be chill, be safe, keep warm best you can, and we'll see you next time.